Every night before you go to sleep, your body is waiting for 3 specific vitamins to begin repairing your legs. Most seniors never give them. And that one missing habit could be the reason your legs feel weaker, slower, and less stable with every passing year. Here's something the mainstream health conversation rarely admits. Leg weakness in seniors isn't purely about aging. Yes, your body changes over time. But the deeper reason so many people over 60 struggle to climb stairs, stand up from a chair, or walk without discomfort has less to do with the number of candles on your birthday cake, and far more to do with 3 silent nutritional deficiencies that go undetected for years. These aren't obscure compounds or expensive treatments. They're natural vitamins your body already knows how to use. The problem is that your body stops producing or absorbing them efficiently after 60. And nobody tells you that. Why? Because there's no profit in pointing seniors toward affordable, natural solutions. Pharmaceutical companies can't patent a vitamin. And when a solution is cheap and accessible, it rarely gets airtime in commercials or waiting rooms. But the science backing these 3 nutrients is solid and growing. Research shows that missing just one of them can increase leg cramps by over 40%, slow muscle repair by more than 1/3, and dramatically raise your fall risk. Yet the vitamin ranked number 1 on today's list, the most powerful of the 3, is taken by almost no seniors. Not because it's hard to find, but because almost no one is talking about it. When these nutrients are absent, the consequences go deeper than surface-level soreness. Your muscles can't fully recover from daily use. Your nerves lose the ability to carry signals efficiently between your brain and your legs. The muscles in your thighs and calves begin to thin out. Your balance becomes unreliable. And over time, what starts as fatigue and stiffness quietly becomes a genuine threat to your independence. The good news? Recent research confirms that seniors who restore these 3 vitamins, specifically by taking them at night, experience faster muscle repair, reduced leg pain, improved balance, and greater stability. Some see results within days, others within weeks. But the process has to start somewhere. In this video, we're going to walk through all 3 vitamins in order from least to most powerful, based on the latest clinical science. Everything we share today is research-backed, and every study referenced is linked in the description below, so you can read the evidence for yourself. Before we dive in, we want to hear from you. Leave a comment telling us where you're watching from, how old you are, and what vitamins, if any, you're currently taking each day. We personally reply to every single comment with specific suggestions based on your age, your current routine, and what your legs actually need right now. So don't hold back. Let's get started with vitamin number 3, and the majority of seniors are getting far less of it than they realize. Number 3 is vitamin B12. Most seniors have come across the name at some point, but very few understand just how directly this nutrient controls the strength, stability, and long-term function of their legs. Here's the simplest way to think about it. Your brain sends movement instructions down through your nervous system every time you take a step, shift your weight, or stand up from a chair. Vitamin B12 is what keeps that communication line intact. It's not just a general energy vitamin, it's the specific nutrient responsible for maintaining the protective sheath that wraps around your nerve fibers, including every nerve that controls sensation and movement in your legs. When B12 levels drop, that protective layer starts breaking down, and when it breaks down, the signals your brain sends start arriving late, distorted, or not at all. The result isn't always dramatic at first. It sneaks in. A little numbness in the feet, some tingling in the toes, a calf that cramps more often than it used to, a knee that buckles unexpectedly when you rise from a seated position. These aren't random inconveniences. They're early warning signs that your nervous system is not getting the B12 it needs to keep your legs connected to the rest of you. Here's why this becomes a bigger problem after 60. Your stomach naturally produces less hydrochloric acid as you age, and that acid is what your digestive system uses to separate B12 from the protein in food. So even if you're consistently eating eggs, fish, red meat, or dairy, all solid sources of B12, your gut may no longer be extracting meaningful amounts of it. You can be eating the right things and still be deficient, simply because the mechanism for absorbing the nutrient has weakened. The National Institutes of Health reports that nearly 43% of adults over age 60 have low or borderline B12 levels. Nearly half. And most of them have no idea, because early B12 deficiency mimics things people chalk up to normal aging: tiredness, slower movement, occasional imbalance. But the downstream consequences are serious. A landmark study published in the journal Neurology followed more than 2,500 seniors over several years. Those with consistently low B12 were nearly 3 times more likely to develop significant walking difficulties. They also had a 60% higher rate of falls compared to seniors with healthy B12 levels. That's not a minor statistical difference. That's a life-changing one. So why does taking B12 specifically at night matter so much? Because your nervous system does the majority of its repair work while you sleep. During the hours you're lying still, your body replaces degraded nerve tissue, resets muscle signaling pathways, and runs systematic recovery cycles through your legs. If B12 isn't present during this window, that repair process is incomplete. Night after night of insufficient B12 means your nerves fall further and further behind in recovery. Taking B12 before bed puts the right nutrient in your bloodstream exactly when your body is most prepared to use it. And unlike many supplements that can interfere with sleep, B12 supports calm, stable neurological function. It won't keep you awake. In fact, a number of seniors report more restful, deeper sleep after making the switch to nighttime B12. Their bodies finally have what they need to genuinely recover rather than just rest. Now, the form you choose matters enormously here. Not all B12 supplements are equivalent. For seniors especially, the most effective form is methylcobalamin, a version of B12 that your body can put to work immediately without any conversion process. The best delivery method is sublingual, meaning a small tablet you place under your tongue and allow to dissolve. This route bypasses your digestive system entirely and delivers the nutrient directly into your bloodstream. If you're taking standard B12 capsules or relying on a multivitamin, there's a very real chance you're still deficient because the absorption rate is far lower. Clinical data shows that seniors who successfully restore B12 levels typically notice improved muscle control, faster nerve response, and stronger leg contractions within 10 to 14 days. That's not a slow process when you're doing it right. One documented case involved a senior who had been unable to walk unassisted for more than 10 minutes. After 6 weeks of daily methylcobalamin therapy, she regained full independent mobility. These aren't exceptional outcomes. They're what happens when a fundamental deficiency gets properly corrected. If your legs feel slow to respond, if you notice numbness or tingling, if you experience nighttime cramping or feel unstable on your feet, B12 is the first place to look. The longer your nerves go without it, the harder full recovery becomes. But the good news is that this is one of the most correctable deficiencies there is. Number 2 is vitamin D3. And if you think this is just about bone density, you're missing the bigger picture. Yes, D3 supports calcium absorption. Yes, it's associated with sun exposure. But after the age of 60, vitamin D3 becomes one of the most critical nutrients your body has for maintaining and rebuilding muscle, specifically the large muscle groups in your legs. And if you're not taking it before bed, your overnight recovery window is being wasted every single night. Here's the scale of the problem first. More than 70% of seniors are estimated to be deficient in vitamin D3. 70%. That means the majority of people watching this video right now are likely operating with a significant D3 gap and probably don't know it, because the symptoms develop slowly and are easy to mistake for general aging. What does D3 actually do inside your muscles? It plays a direct role in muscle protein synthesis, the biological process your body uses to build and repair muscle fibers after use. Every time you walk, climb stairs, or stand up from a chair, small amounts of muscle fiber are stressed and broken down. Your body's job overnight is to repair that damage and come back slightly stronger. But after 60, that repair process is already slower than it used to be. When D3 levels are low, it slows down even further. That's when sarcopenia begins, the gradual, age-related erosion of muscle mass. And it always starts in the legs first. The thighs thin out, the calves lose density, the glutes weaken. You may not see it in the mirror immediately, but you feel it. Getting up takes more effort. Stairs become a conscious challenge. Standing for extended periods becomes uncomfortable. Slowly, your world gets smaller. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism tracked a group of seniors with confirmed low D3 levels. Those who supplemented with D3 at night gained 19% more leg strength and experienced 34% fewer falls over the course of 3 months compared to the control group. Those are not marginal improvements. That's measurable, functional recovery. The reason nighttime supplementation is particularly effective comes down to biology. D3 activates specific receptors in muscle tissue that are responsible for triggering strength and stability responses. These receptors are most active during deep sleep, which is precisely when your body releases growth hormone and runs its primary muscle repair cycles. By taking D3 before bed, you're ensuring these receptors are active and ready during the window when your body is already in full recovery mode. There's another layer to this too. D3 has a significant anti-inflammatory effect on muscle tissue. That deep, dull ache in your thighs at night, that burning sensation in your calves that wakes you up, it's often the result of chronic, low-level inflammation inside your muscle fibers. D3 helps regulate the inflammatory response that drives this discomfort. A 2022 study from Frontiers in Aging found that seniors with D3 deficiency had twice the rate of nighttime leg pain and substantially reduced muscle repair efficiency compared to those with adequate D3. The participants who added D3 to their nighttime routine not only experienced less pain, they also showed measurable improvements in walking speed and balance within 6 weeks. Here's the mistake many seniors make. They take D3 in the morning, or they skip it altogether, assuming sunlight is enough. But after 60, your skin produces approximately 75% less D3 from the same amount of sun exposure as it did when you were younger. Even daily outdoor walks, which are excellent for other reasons, are no longer enough to maintain healthy D3 levels. Supplementation is no longer optional, it's necessary. Most seniors benefit from between 2,000 and 4,000 international units of D3 per night. Always choose D3, cholecalciferol, not D2, which is a less effective form. Because D3 is fat-soluble, pair it with a small amount of healthy fat when you take it. A few almonds, a spoonful of nut butter, or a small piece of avocado. This significantly improves how much your body actually absorbs. And no, D3 does not disrupt sleep. If anything, research suggests it may improve sleep quality by calming the nervous system and reducing the nighttime leg cramping that wakes so many seniors up in the early hours. Number 1 is vitamin K2, and this is the one that almost nobody is talking about, even though the science behind it is compelling, and for many seniors, it may be the single most important missing piece. Let's be clear about what we're referring to. This is not vitamin K1, which is the clotting vitamin found in leafy greens. Vitamin K2 is a distinct nutrient with a completely different function in the body, and that function is something your legs desperately depend on. The simplest way to explain what K2 does is this. It acts as a biological traffic director for calcium. Calcium is abundant in most senior diets and supplements, but calcium alone doesn't know where to go. Without K2, it ends up in the wrong places, accumulating in blood vessel walls, depositing in joints, hardening soft tissue. The result is arterial stiffness, joint calcification, and muscles that feel perpetually tight and achy. Meanwhile, the places that actually need calcium, your bones, aren't getting enough of it. This is why so many seniors experience fragile bones and chronically painful legs at the same time. The calcium is there, it's just been misdirected. K2 corrects that misdirection. It activates specific proteins that pull calcium out of soft tissue and blood vessels and redirect it into bone matrix, where it belongs. But that's only part of the story. K2 also directly activates genes associated with muscle repair and regeneration. This is where the research gets genuinely exciting. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients gave older adults a daily K2 supplement and tracked their physical outcomes over 8 weeks. The results showed a 21% increase in quadricep strength and a 31% improvement in standing balance. These weren't seniors in exceptional health doing intensive exercise programs. These were regular older adults who added one vitamin to their nightly routine and experienced measurable, documented gains in muscle function. The results were strongest among those who took K2 before bed, consistent with the pattern we've already seen with B12 and D3. Nighttime is when bones and muscles rebuild. Having K2 present during that window gives your body the precise signal to rebuild properly rather than just rest passively. K2 also works in direct partnership with vitamin D3, and this relationship is critical. D3 increases calcium absorption into the bloodstream. But without K2 present to guide that calcium, higher D3 levels can actually lead to calcium accumulating in arteries and joints rather than bones. This is why some seniors who supplement with D3 alone report worsening joint stiffness or discomfort over time. The D3 is doing its job, but without K2 as a partner, the calcium has no direction. If you're already taking D3 and not seeing the full benefit, K2 may be exactly what's missing. There's one more function worth highlighting. K2 activates a protein called osteocalcin, which does two important jobs simultaneously. It stimulates new bone formation and enhances how efficiently your muscle cells process glucose for energy. That second function matters enormously for seniors dealing with prediabetes, insulin resistance, or poor lower limb circulation. A clinical trial published in Aging and Disease found that seniors who supplemented with K2 demonstrated better blood sugar regulation and stronger leg endurance during daily walking tests. When taken at night, K2 also supported overnight muscle glycogen replenishment, meaning participants woke up with more available leg energy and less residual soreness the following morning. The problem is that K2 is one of the least present vitamins in the modern Western diet. It's found primarily in fermented foods like natto, aged hard cheeses, and certain organ meats, foods that most seniors in Western countries don't eat regularly. If your diet doesn't include these, you are almost certainly not getting enough K2 from food alone. The best supplemental form is MK7, which is the most bioavailable version of K2 and the one that stays active in your body the longest. A nightly dose of 100 to 200 micrograms is appropriate for most seniors. Taken alongside D3 before bed, this combination creates a powerful, coordinated overnight recovery environment. D3 delivering calcium into circulation, K2 ensuring it reaches your bones and activates your muscle repair genes, all while you sleep. If your legs feel weak despite regular activity, if climbing stairs has become noticeably harder, if your knees ache or your calves cramp regularly, K2 deficiency deserves serious attention. This one nutrient could be the reason your muscles haven't responded the way you expected, your strength hasn't returned, and your legs still feel like they're quietly losing ground. Now, let's put this all together into a practical, simple routine you can start tonight. Step 1. Vitamin B12. Choose methylcobalamin in sublingual tablet form. Place one 1,000 microgram tablet under your tongue approximately 30 minutes before bed, ideally at least 2 hours after your last meal. This allows maximum absorption directly into the bloodstream without any competition from food digestion. Put the bottle next to your toothbrush or on your bathroom counter so it becomes a natural part of winding down. Track your energy, leg sensation, and sleep quality over the following 2 to 3 weeks. Step 2. Vitamin D3. Select a soft gel containing 2,000 to 4,000 IU of cholecalciferol, the natural, bioavailable form. Because D3 is fat-soluble, take it alongside a small fat source, a few almonds, a small spoonful of almond or peanut butter, or a few bites of avocado. Avoid taking it with a full meal, as heavy digestion before bed can both disrupt sleep and reduce absorption efficiency. Take D3 at the same time as your K2. Step 3. Vitamin K2. Look specifically for the MK7 form at a dose between 100 and 200 micrograms. Take it alongside your D3 dose with the same small fat-containing snack. Together, these two work as a team, D3 increasing calcium availability, K2 directing it where it's needed most. If you already take a separate calcium supplement or eat calcium-rich foods regularly, K2 becomes even more important to ensure that calcium is ending up in your bones and not elsewhere. If you take prescription medications, leave at least a 1-hour gap between those and your vitamins unless your doctor instructs otherwise. Most seniors find it easiest to set up a small bedside tray, water, the 3 supplements, and perhaps a light herbal tea. Simple, visible, repeatable. Consistency is what creates results here. These nutrients work cumulatively. Over days and weeks of nightly use, they help reset your body's overnight recovery process and gradually restore the leg strength that aging and deficiency have quietly eroded. The order is simple. B12 under the tongue first, then D3 and K2 together with a small snack. All of it 30 minutes before sleep. Quiet, easy, and far more powerful than it sounds. The vitamins do the heavy lifting, but 3 additional habits can meaningfully accelerate the results without adding complexity, cost, or effort to your day. First, hydrate with intention. Dehydration is one of the most underestimated contributors to leg weakness and nighttime cramping in seniors. When your body is low on fluid, blood thickens, circulation slows, and muscle cells lose their ability to absorb nutrients efficiently. Even if you take the right vitamins at the right time, inadequate hydration means B12 can't reach your peripheral nerves, D3 can't distribute through your system properly, and K2 can't transport calcium where it needs to go. A study from the Journal of Aging Research found that even mild dehydration produced a 14% reduction in leg endurance and significantly delayed overnight muscle recovery. The solution isn't to drink large amounts of water at once. It's to sip steadily and consistently throughout the day, roughly a glass every 90 minutes while awake. Stop drinking about an hour before bed to protect sleep quality. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber if plain water feels monotonous. Hydration alone won't fix leg weakness, but paired with your nighttime vitamins, it removes a key barrier to their effectiveness. These 3 habits, steady hydration throughout the day, a lighter evening meal, and 5 minutes of gentle leg movement, aren't dramatic on their own. But stack them with your nightly B12, D3, and K2, and you create the precise internal conditions your body needs for real, measurable recovery. Not temporary symptom relief, actual structural improvement in how your legs function, feel, and support you day after day. Let's bring it all together. 3 vitamins, 3 deficiencies that aging creates almost silently. 3 powerful, affordable, research-supported tools for rebuilding your legs from the inside out. Vitamin B12, to maintain the nerve pathways that connect your brain to your legs and support the overnight repair of the nervous system that keeps you stable and mobile. Vitamin D3, to fuel the muscle protein synthesis your legs depend on for recovery after every day of use, and to reduce the chronic inflammation that drives so much of the nighttime discomfort seniors experience. Vitamin K2, to direct calcium where it actually belongs, activate the muscle repair genes that aging suppresses, and work in partnership with D3 to restore what years of silent deficiency have slowly taken. You don't need complicated protocols. You don't need painkillers or aggressive interventions. You need the right nutrients in the right forms at the right time. And the right time is before bed, because that's when your body is biologically primed to rebuild. Start tonight. B12 under the tongue, D3 and K2 with a small snack, 30 minutes before sleep. That's the whole routine. Simple enough to maintain, consistent enough to produce results. Now we'd love to hear from you. Are you already taking any of these 3 vitamins? Have you noticed a difference? Or is tonight the night you're going to start? Drop your answer in the comments below. We read every single one and reply personally. If this video gave you something useful, please hit the like button and share it with someone who's been struggling with leg weakness or balance issues. Subscribe for more practical, evidence-based health content made specifically for people over 60. Your legs have carried you through a lifetime. Give them what they need to keep carrying you forward. If you have questions about your own routine or want to share what's been working for you, leave a comment below. We're here and we're listening.